Hey guys, it's me, Kristy. Today is Thursday, June 8th, and I would like you to take note of the fact that I am not in my truck today. Eric is working nights tonight. I am also working nights, almost the exact same shift. So we got to spend the morning at home today. I don't like being off-centered. This needs to fix itself. Those pictures are from Eric's daughter and our roommate's daughter. They drew colored pictures for me, and I didn't have anything better to hang it up with, so there's that. I thought I would do something a little strange and something that any other normal, sane person probably wouldn't do. And I've been asking myself for the last 10 minutes why I'm even considering doing this. And the only answer I can come up with is I have no sense of personal boundaries. A couple of months ago, I had to go and pull copies of my psychiatric records from 2013. I have two other sets of records. One I'm having mailed to me. One has been destroyed because it was 2005 and they only keep it for so many years. But this one is from 2013 when I came to Jacksonville for treatment. I guess what they call it is I had a nervous breakdown. I didn't see it that way. I just thought that I was really depressed and I was done. I was giving up. And but yeah, at that time I was working 3 jobs and going to school and raising four boys and not doing a very good job of it and feeling like crap about myself and just absolutely at my wit's end. I was done with life, and I had set a date and had a plan and had a means and all of that stuff for my life to be over. When I was in the treatment center, I had a face-to-face health status examination or assessment, and I've always known that I had anxiety and depression and PTSD, but it was something totally different to read the words of a psychologist or a doctor or psychiatrist, whatever he was, on paper about me. And I thought that maybe I would share some of this stuff with you, and some of this stuff is going to be very personal, and that's okay. Kristy is a 30-year-old separated female who was Baker acted for suicidal ideation. It says her GAIN assessment noted she was previously diagnosed with mood disorders and was screened using the BDI-2 and scored as having serious depressive symptoms. Client reported symptoms related to post-traumatic stress disorder. She reported experienced trauma due to childhood sexual abuse by her alcoholic father and stepmother when she was 6 years old, and abuse by her step-grandfather at 14 years old, which is not accurate. I was 9. She reported symptoms that met criteria for post-traumatic stress disorder, chronic as well as generalized anxiety disorder. Kristy reported she started drinking alcohol at the age of 13. Reported history of cannabis abuse starting at age 12. And smoking K2 or synthetic marijuana at 14 years old, which is not accurate. I was 28. Kristy scored in the high range of the internal mental distress scale. Symptoms consist with a diagnosis of mood disorders. Symptoms consistent with a diagnosis of general anxiety disorder, indicating possible existence of stress disorder. Kristy scored in the moderate range of the behavior complexity scale. Has reported having problems paying attention, controlling behavior, broke rules 4 to 12 months ago. She endorsed experiencing the following problems relating to ADHD 2 or more times: making mistakes because of not paying attention, having a hard time paying attention at school, work, or home, have a hard time listening to instructions at work or home, not following instructions or not finishing assignments, having a hard time staying organized or getting anything done, avoiding things that took too much effort, losing things that were needed for school, work, or home. So I'm wondering if that means that they thought that I have ADHD. I've wondered that sometimes. Kristy reported standing about 65 inches tall and weighing approximately 154 pounds without shoes. According to these statistics, Kristy's body mass index is 25.6, a score that suggests she is overweight. Thank you. That's not the first time in my medical records it says that I'm overweight. At my doctor's office, it actually said on the paperwork that I was obese. Nice. That's nice. That's very encouraging. So I thought that there was more. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of words in here that I don't know if I should read out loud. It was definitely interesting to read the words of a doctor and to basically see my past written out as if it was a book, you know? Like, this is pages of my history with alcohol and marijuana and sex and all these things that I've been experiencing my whole life and try to forget, you know? And then to just see it all written out on paper, and it just becomes even more real somehow, if that makes any sense. They mention conduct disorder in here, which I never really considered having, but it says lying or conning to get desired things to avoid having to do something. Yeah, I used to do that. Staying out all night, later than a parent or partner wanted. Yeah, running away from home, skipping school or work. Yeah, I did all that. Feelings of anxiousness, nervousness, tense, fearful, scared, panic, trembling, racing heart, feelings of restlessness. It was impossible to sit still. Getting into a lot of arguments and feeling the urge to shout, throw things. Feeling afraid of open spaces. That's true. Leaving home. Fear of traveling or being in a crowd. Thoughts of being taken advantage of. Not being given credit by other people. Having problems caused by other people. Having a lot of tension or muscle aches because of feeling worried. Being unable or finding it difficult to control. Worrying. All that's part of the, I guess, generalized anxiety disorder. I was diagnosed by a doctor, nurse, or counselor with the following anxiety or phobia disorder: borderline personality disorder, depression, dysthymia, dysthymiA, bipolar or other mood disorder, post or acute traumatic stress disorder. Talks about the medications that I've tried. High history of abuse and victimization. Lifelong history of being beaten, sexually abused, emotionally abused, and scored high in the high range of the lifetime general victimization scale. So yeah, like I said, it was just, I've always known that I had these issues. I've always known that I had anxiety and depression and all that, but seeing it on paper, reading it as if it was someone else's life, like it was a book that I picked up and I was reading about someone else, but it's about me. And it's no longer hidden inside of me, you know what I mean? It's out there, it's on record. And even like when I picked it up, Eric asked if he could look at it, and of course I don't have a problem, you know, we're together and I love him and I know that he loves me. And I thought that maybe if he read it, he might kind of understand a little bit more about it. And I was driving the car and he read it aloud to me, and hearing him read those words about me, it was difficult. It was difficult. But I'm interested actually to see the other ones that I have coming to me are from 2010, 3 years before this. And I was going through some really, really dark times back then. I mean, this was bad, but that was even worse. And if I could go back to 2005, that had to have been the worst. I remember why I went for that evaluation, and I don't even want to talk about it. Let's just say this. I had post-traumatic... No, that's not what I meant to say. postpartum depression, bordering on postpartum psychosis. So that was a bad one. But anyway, yeah. So I thought I would share that with you guys. I have for a long time been thinking about sharing some things from my past with you. Not just the story times. I was telling you about my stupid teenage stuff, but I guess you can kind of guess what kind of dumb things I did in my teenage years from that. But also some more serious things. And I'm a little nervous about sharing that stuff, though I see YouTubers doing it. Some of them do it in like a draw my life type of thing. Some of them just, do a whole video dedicated to it. And I don't really know how to go about doing it, or, but maybe eventually I'll go into those things with you guys. But anyway, so I thought that would be interesting. And I know that there are going to be comments about me sharing these type of things online, but how do I put this? I don't get close with a lot of people. I don't share a lot of things with a lot of people, and I would like to. And me having YouTube and having subscribers, it allows me to do things like that. I was told in counseling once when I was very young that I should talk about things when I went through my sexual abuse. They told me that the more I talk about it, the less it hurts me. To basically get it out of my head, get it out of my body, let the poison out by talking about it. And so when I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I know that a lot of people would never ever consider putting things like this out here on the internet for everybody to see, but I'm just different. And it's more freeing for me than scary. And I'm not really concerned about what people might say about it, because I guess I've accepted it and I'm okay with it, and I realize it's a part of who I am, who I was. It's me, and I'm okay with it. And I don't really feel like, I don't know why I'm okay with it. But hopefully it didn't bother any of you guys, my subscribers who are here all the time, and you kind of know me and you're here supporting me. I don't want to affect you guys in any kind of negative way. I just want you to know who I am and where I come from, and I want us to be close, I guess. And maybe I don't have to share all that to be close, but I know that a lot of you go through things that I go through, and maybe it'll help you in some way. I don't know. Anyway, I'm done now. I am going to let you go. Thank you for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.